Hello everybody and welcome back for another video. In this video I'm going to show you how to do a quick blend. So basically on this Harlequin miniature, as you can see, I've got the yellow area here going into the sort of pinky colour, and then more prominent obviously here. So obviously this is the blend and it starts off like this. So how I do this, there's a couple of numbers of ways of sort of doing this sort of thing. You can do a sort of quick way where how you do it is you sort of put the wet paint here and this is wet paint, and then you do this up and down with the brush to mix it. You can do that, or you can glaze it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a very quick way, and it's how I did this. How I got this transition, and what I'll then do is with this is I'll strengthen it with some glazes for the colour transition to get it sort of more back to yellow and stuff. But first to do this, so how I do this is I've got Screamer Pink and I've got Avalanche Sunset. So what I do is I take some equal parts Screamer Pink and I take some equal parts of Avalanche Sunset and I mix them together, and I'm kind of make this pinky, dirty, horrible yellow orangey colour. It's pretty gross actually. It kind of looks a bit like that shade there. But what I do is I take this and I just bring it over the transition. Now as you can see, it's not great, as in the colour transition from the yellow and stuff isn't great. It does take a couple of layers. That's because the paint is quite thin, because thin paint is always better than thick paint. Alright, so you get that like that. Now this could be sort of deemed the sort of colour, the sort of glazing, but we don't want that. We want to get a little bit better. So let's allow that to dry a little bit, and then straight over. And then again, just feather these corners out. And then feather this out as well. Okay, so you can see that after 2 coats, the transition between the 2 colours is actually starting to get quite stronger. The line between the yellow and the pink is starting to disappear. Alright, and then what we'll do is we'll get this to dry, and then we'll put the third layer into it, and then you'll really start to see it sort of disappear. And then what we do is we get a slightly more yellower tone and sort of blend this area out, and a slightly more pinker tone and blend this layer out. Because what we can do is just quickly, while that's drying on here, make a quick glaze. Because this transition here needs to be more pinker, we can sort of just glaze over that like this, and then we can just feather that out. No really need to worry. What they'll do, that'll strengthen that pink, and the same can be done with the yellow. We can use maybe Uriel yellow, make a glaze. Again, get rid of all the excess of your brush, and then sort of glaze with a Uriel yellow. So mix that like that. But then you can see you sort of get the more vibrant yellow, which is kind of what I did here. But then I've also, because this is quite a small area, I've got the shadows in this area here with scar brown and then some blue and stuff in here as well. And then obviously I'll end up doing it on the insides as well once I'm ready. So that's sort of dry. So what we're going to do is get another coat, just straight over the top of the transition area, and then just feather this out slightly, like so. And already you can see that transition is pretty much gone. Probably going to need a fourth one, but again, what you can do is you get your glazes, and just by glazing this area, there you go, just to sort of smooth that transition out a bit more with some glazes. And you start to get it. So it's nice and quick. And again, you can get your pink, so just pull that down. And this is a model that I'm going to be having in my Eldar army. I'm going to over time add a sort of selection of Harlequins to the army. This is my Grey Seer, my Shadow Seer. Really quite pleased with them. And while that's drying, let's just add another glaze. Like so. There you go, you start getting more of a vibrant look to it now. And that's what that's going to turn into. So you can barely see the join now between the two colours. So after this one, that should be completely gone. And then just feather it out just to smoothen that transition a bit. There you go. So what you can do is get some Avalon Sunset and just a little bit of pink of your Screamer pink, and you want it more yellow than pink this time, and then just paint that over here. And where the both paints are wet, just feather into each other. Like so. And that, when the earlier, at the beginning of the video, I talked about that was one of another quick way you can do. But you kind of you need to sort of practice your feathering and things. And that's how you sort of be able to do it. All right. And then you can just strengthen this transition done on here with some pink. And then just feather it out. Like so. So it's pretty cool, yeah? So you can get some Uriel yellow and then sort of just bring that up here just to strengthen it. Bring the yellow up to a lot more vibrant colour and just pull the yellow down into the other colours. And if you get your little mix of your previous glaze transition colour, you can sort of pull that in. There you go, now you got that transition. Can't even see the join now, can you? So that's how you do that. So that's a quick video in how to sort of do quick transitional blends from a bright colour to a dark colour. Now the principles here can be used pretty much for everything. Now you've just got to remember that certain colours will react differently to other colours. And what I can do is, if you really want to, if you leave a comment a comment down below, I can go into a more in-depth video about different colour combinations, because if you're going to try to start mixing like some colours into reds and things, red will kind of freak out and start doing some crazy stuff, and you'll get some really dirty transitions in here. So depending on your colours that you're transitioning into each other would really sort of depend on how you sort of achieve that. So if I was going to be going into, say, some red up here and some white, now this is going to go pink, But what you could do is you could do your mixy one here, or you could maybe get your red and then have your white, and then sort of bring your red over with different thinned glazes over the top to build that transition over into a red. And if you don't want the pinkiness, so there's various different colors that you can do, and it would definitely be, I would definitely look at sort of the colors that you're going to transition into each other and how you do it, because you might find a different technique will get you a better result than this. I don't mind that orangey color because it kind of adds to the Harlequin look. So that's this technique works well for the Harlequin. But if I was doing something else, then I may look at a different sort of blending technique to be able to achieve that. But I hope this video helps. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, like and subscribe if you already haven't. If you're over on Patreon, feel free to check out the Patreon page and become a gold member, and you get access to all the videos early. And you can follow me on Facebook. And so, yeah, thanks very much for all your support, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.